Why is this man smiling? Because they won 4 straight matches last weekend to start the season. Jacksonville State wins the tournament at Alabama State to begin the 2012 year. This weekend, they head down to Auburn for the Auburn Invitational. First off, 4 matches last weekend, Joseph Goodson. 2 of them went 5 games, and in fact, one of them you lost the first 2 and came back to win the next 3 to win it. Overall, obviously, it was a pretty good weekend to win the first 4, but your ladies got better, I think, as the weekend went on, didn't they?
Yes, absolutely. The first match against Stetson, it's always good to win. You know, one of my favorite sayings is I would rather win ugly than lose pretty. Right. That being said, that was probably not the prettiest win that we've had.
It is a W.
But it was first match, and you could tell. It was a lot of jitters, a little bit of nerves. We were actually playing faster than the game was going. I think it was a lot of what was going on. But again, it was good to get out of there with a win. The match against South Dakota, you know, I'm hoping that was really going to be kind of a seminal match for our program. You know, down 2-0, changed the lineup around. The girls easily could have folded up the tent and said, whatever, and just got out of there. And South Dakota's going to be a quality team. So to come back from 2-0 and win in 5 was a great win for our program.
All right, Kelsey Anderson, OVC Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week. Did you plan when she transferred to put her at outside hitter, or did that just sort of evolve from the time that she's been here?
No, that was actually planned. I actually recruited Kelsey when I was at Green Bay. At the mid-major level, you don't see the physicality you see in the Big Ten, the Pac-12, Big 12. And so at 5'7", you know, it's really matters how high you play, not how tall you are. And you just can't underestimate how good of a player Kelsey Anderson really is. She was Miss Kentucky Volleyball coming out of high school as a hitter at 5'7". So she understands the game at a really high level. And so that's kind of the plan, was the plan all along. And she's really stepped into it. It's been a little bit frustrating starting out because she remembers high school and hasn't hit a ball in 3 years. And so it's taken her a little bit to get back, but the rust is coming off. She hit some shots, you know, on Saturday that I just looked at Morgan and Ryan, just kind of scratched my head and smiled. She is a very, very good player.
Make y'all good coaches, huh?
Geniuses. I am genius now is what I am.
Jen Meyer had a terrific weekend, was named to the all-tournament team, hit, 450 or so, and had one match where she hit almost 800, I believe, correct?
Yes. Again, Jen doing it with her mind. You know, she sees the game so much faster than everyone else, gets a lot of one-on-one opportunities. She really did a great job taking care of the ball, and she's had a great weekend, and we expect that of Jen the entire year.
All right, your first 2 opponents, Friday you play Friday morning at 10, and then later Friday afternoon down at Auburn you're playing Georgia Southern and High Point. Both mid-majors, I would assume, just on paper, pretty evenly matched with those 2.
Should be physically. I think, you know, all the mid-majors are going to be, you know, physically about the same. Both those teams have great starts. I think they're both 2-1, maybe 3-0, so they've gotten off to good starts as well. But I expect us to do well. I really do, especially when, you know, if we can match up physically with someone, you know, you're looking at a mid-major, a High Point versus a Purdue, where, you know, it's going to be tough for us to match them physically when they can go 6'4", 6'5", you know, 6'3" across the front line. But when we're looking at, you know, 5'9", 5'10" across the front row, you know, I expect us to do well.
All right, Saturday it'll be Auburn. The ladies get to see their former head coach and Rick Nold. You mentioned earlier about playing fast in that opening match of the year. Do you have to guard against them being a little bit too excited to try to show him something or slap him upside the head a little bit?
We're going to have that conversation for sure, that it's, you know, the net's going to be the same height, court's going to be the same size. It has nothing to do with Rick Nold and Joe Goodson, that this is JSU versus Auburn volleyball, and it's going to be important for us to be disciplined, you know, play within ourselves, you know, work on our systems. And again, if we do those things, I fully expect us to do well. You know, Auburn just had a tough 3-set match that they won against Green Bay, my old school. And, you know, had Green Bay taken care of the ball a little bit, I think that outcome would have been a little different. So we're going to stay focused on our side.
Overall, the competition this weekend, a little bit better than what you saw overall last weekend?
Overall, yeah, should be a little bit of step up in terms of consistency and organization. But like I said earlier, physically should match up really well.
All right. It's as you said, 4-0. Much better to talk about that than and being the only unbeaten school right now in the Ohio Valley Conference too. That's nice to see you up there, isn't it?
It feels good. It feels good to start that way. But that being said, we take it kind of for what it is, and we're really focused on getting prepared for the OVC.
Well, let's see. After this weekend, only 10 more on the road before you get to play at home, too. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, sir. Thanks so much.
Joseph Goodson, Jacksonville State volleyball coach. Ladies on the road this weekend, the Auburn Invitational, 2 matches on Friday and then the match Saturday. The Jacksonville State volleyball team won its opening tournament of the season last weekend down in Montgomery. They swept through the field, went 4-0 in that event. This weekend they head down to Auburn to the Auburn Invitational. For her performances last week, Kelsey Anderson, the senior transfer, has been named the Ohio Valley Conference's Offensive Player of the Week. Well, you set the bar pretty high now with that performance. Can you duplicate that this weekend in Auburn?
I think I can. Just go out there and play my game, and if I do that every game, then I think I'll be all right.
You had 3 double-doubles, I think, in the 4 matches and almost a double-double in the last match against Alabama State. You were just comfortable from the get-go, I guess, weren't you?
Yeah, I feel like I started off kind of rough. It took me a while to get back in the flow of things, but after we got that first match out of the way, I think I got a little more comfortable, and I was playing like I used to back in the day.
You're playing outside hitter, which is not what you played at Alabama, so is it taking a little while to get the arm back in shape and start swinging again?
Yeah, it took a little bit. It was a little frustrating, but I think I'm back to where I was, and like I said, I feel a lot more comfortable up there swinging now, and my arm's all warmed up, so I'm good.
Did you hit in high school?
Yes, I did.
You're not real tall at 5'7" like some of the folks you're facing, and I know a couple of the opponents you had were much bigger than you were. How did you work around them, maneuver things around them?
Well, I was always shorter on the hitting side, so I think for my goal is just to use the hands of the blockers and try to get as many touches and tools off the block as I can. And then if there's nobody up there, I got a hole in the block, then go for the seam and then try to go from there.
Obviously, when you were at Alabama playing the SEC, you saw good competition. Well, we'll go back to high school. You played in Louisville, and that is a hotbed for recruiters. I know volleyball is very good up there. Did that help you in going to college where the competition you faced in high school was very good?
I think it did. It definitely helped with the higher recruiting, but I was recruited as a libero, and I've never been a libero before because I was a hitter since I was 12 years old. So it was different to go from being a front row player to being the shortest person on the team and being a back row player. But, I mean, it's definitely helped me with the competition. Being as back row for 3 years, I got to see what hitters do and their tendencies, so it helped me as a hitter also, I think.
Last weekend, 4 straight matches. You ladies got to be feeling pretty good and pretty confident after last weekend. And 2 of those went, what, 5 games, 5 sets?
Yeah, we're definitely happy with our wins. I think we all know that we have a long way to go still, and we still have a lot to work on. So I think getting back in the gym gives us more confidence to keep working hard because we can see that we can win games if we keep working hard in practice.
Well, good luck. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk again. You've been the OVC Player of the Week again.
Thank you.